Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Welcome back, and thanks for joining me in this another spec video, speculation comic book video. So, if you want to see some of what I think is potential, good comic books to invest in, come on back after the short video intro. Be right back. And we're back. Comic Sniper here once again, along with my trusty sidekick, Mark III, my flying Iron Man. This time he's got his eyes and his thrusters on. I forget to do that sometimes, so I don't want to wear the batteries, but very cool. Anyways, so this time we're going to do a top 10 spec comic book video. Once again, these are just my ideas of what I believe will gain value in the future. There's something to them that in each book that I would recommend, but again, that's strictly for you to decide. Use your best judgment, guys. This is not this is not a what do you call that, a financial advice, okay? So this is just my ramblings, and of course, if you think that's wise, if you like what I'm saying, then definitely, but you got to remember, like everything else, there's always a potential for gain as well as losses. So use your best judgment, and this is what this is what I'm doing for myself more than anything. Okay, and I'm going to share that with you. So today we're going to do a little bit different. Last time I think I did some affordable ones, definitely under, usually around $50 or less, but this time, if you've got some change burning in a hole in your pocket, going ching-a-ling-a-ling, and you've got some dollars that you don't mind forking out and possibly getting some higher value books, we are going to work on somewhere around $100 to $200 as it stands, and they're going to be basically raw, right? For prices of raw for the most part. We'll go into each one, and then from there, the grades on these I'll be going over as well, what you can acquire for that price, around roughly about $100 to $200. You might get lucky, like a lot of times, even though these are just normal, what they're going for right now on eBay and on Instagram and so forth. So definitely there are going to be deals to be had, and if you can get them below the price that I'm recommending it at, hey, more power to you, and I wish everybody a good luck, because sometimes you see those guys that'll find like a Hulk 181 in a dollar bin or in a garage sale or so forth. This is not one of those, okay? It's going to be specifically what's out in the market today, based on the current prices, what they are. I predict the value of them to go up, and they're going to be around, you can purchase them for around $100 to $200. So we can call this like a middle, not a low value, but mid value, a speculation video. Okay, so with that being said, let's dive right into my top 10. So this one is not going to come to a lot of surprise for a lot of people. This is coming off the heels of the awesome Infinity Wars movie, the Avengers Infinity Wars. This is Doctor Strange number 169. Now, these are not going to be in any order per se. I'm just throwing them out there one by one, so not one, like this isn't going to give you the least amount of return, that kind of stuff, and the last one the most. There's no particular order on these, just so you guys know. Okay, so this is his first solo title, and also I believe his origin is retold in this one. So Doctor Strange gets his own title here. Now, why I believe this one is gonna be this one is undervalued at the moment, okay? Because by the way, if you guys haven't seen Infinity Wars, you got to go see it. You're probably one of the only few in the world, because this is, it's just basically taking the world on by storm. It's breaking so many records. Everybody pretty much, with exception I don't know, a few crazy people maybe. Everybody else thinks it's a groundbreaking movie, and definitely worthwhile seeing. So, and I would recommend it as well. I had such a good time, me and my family. I've already seen it a couple times, so each time it's definitely worthwhile seeing. Um, so in so if you haven't seen it, spoiler alert, we're going to be talking a little bit about that because that's relevance to my recommendation for some of these books. Okay, so basically, Doctor Strange was very important in the Infinity War. He was front and center pretty much, along with a few different characters, but he was instrumental on trying to take on Thanos. So and of course there's going to be a sequel, and he's going to be, I believe, front and center. Basically the whole fight and everything was going to revolve around a very few key people, and Doctor Strange is going to be one of those people. He already is. He was already pretty much prominent in the first movie, and I believe he will continue that course in the next. This is just my opinion, but I believe he's going to continue on because he was wielding one of the time stone, and he's the master of the mystic arts, right? So he of course can manipulate that a lot better than, let's say, any other of the heroes. So definitely he's going to be one to look out for. And of course he had his own solo movie already. I'm you know there's a lot of speculation out to what will happen with some of the heroes, whether they're going to stay dead or not. I believe he will be back. This is my personal opinion, that he will be back, and that he's going to be and this book is going to be very underrated. It already jumped up when his first movie, which is really good. It's seen a little bit of a downturn now, so this is the perfect time to pick it up. And then, of course, with him being so prominent in Infinity Wars, this one is already started to pick up again, and there's going to just be more and more of Doctor Strange. Be prepared to see a lot more of them in the future. So right now, you're not going to be able to pick this up in a super high grade, but somewhere around 6.0 to 7.5, you're looking to spend about 130 to almost $200 to pick up that grade. Because if you're gonna get anything higher, you're gonna be looking into several $100s. And so of course and this is for a raw grade. So if you want to get into the graded, CGC, CBCS, PGX grade, of course you're gonna pay more of a premium because you're guaranteed the grade. So with these ones, you're gonna have to kind of buy your gut instinct and see what you're going to be getting, and hopefully you'll get lucky that maybe the guide graded down a little bit lower. But for the most part, anywhere between 6.5 to 6.0 to 7.5, I believe, should be in the range, or about 130 to $200. That's a good price, and of course that will give you a better return as well when you go into the future with that. Okay, so the importance of that. So number 2. This one is, I believe, is the Amazing Spider-Man number 50. Now, some of you are saying already, like, this is already an expensive book. Why is it so? Yes, it is, of course. and there is no letting up on this book. It's the first appearance of the Kingpin. Okay. Iconic cover. This has been, you can spot this thing a mile away. Definitely, you're not going to be looking at anything higher grade in that price range. Yes, it is already an expensive book, especially in higher grades. You're looking anywhere between 3.0 to possibly, if you can get lucky, up to a 5.0, and somewhere in the price range of about $120 to about $180 nominal. So if you look around on eBay and stuff, that's what they're going for right now. Okay, so if you can get lucky with anything a little bit better, go for it. Definitely, I recommend as best. You can, whatever you can get for your price, I highly recommend it. But of course, this is on the backs of he featured in Daredevil, the Netflix series. Did a great job. He also was in Daredevil 2. Again, they're, I guess Disney and Marvel and Netflix, they're learning not to kill off good characters, and he's still around. So he's gonna be, I believe, he's gonna be more. He's gonna show up more in the upcoming Netflix series, especially when uh, as well as the Punisher, right? He had a great first season. So when up in the next season, he might show up there too. I don't know that for sure, but definitely a good character to have. And if he does, his stock just keeps going up. And this book already is, it doesn't lose its value. So moving into the future, this is one of those very key issues that will always give you the return for your money. And it's one of those, gold kind of key issues, right? It's going to give you that return over the long haul, so something to hold on to, and it's not a quick flip. So definitely something that I would recommend holding on to, and you will definitely reap your rewards. Plus, it's a great book to have in your collection anyway. So definitely, if you can get a hold of one, like myself, I'm not looking. I didn't expect a high grade. This is more of a 2.0 ish. So I didn't pay $200 for it, definitely. But if I come across one that's a better grade, I'm definitely gonna hold on to. I'm gonna pick that up. Okay, so that's my speculation number 2, and then for number 3, is this bad boy. Okay, New Mutants 98, first appearance of you-know-who, the Merc with the Mouth, Deadpool. Well, DP2 is just about to break out. It's coming this month. Now, everybody's, of course, this is hot right now as well. But, okay, you got to remember, even though there's a ton of these there's a lot of people who scoff at this book. Okay, and there's a lot of people who scoff at them, but then they still own this book, so they're kind of a hypocrite. So, but I believe this book will just continue to gain steam over the long haul. Yes, it did go up quite a bit before the first movie, and then of course it went down. That was the best time to get it, but it definitely climbed back up again. It's hot. There's a lot of opportunities to pick up a book, and you can get a 6.0 to 8.0 raw of this book in around $170 to $200. Okay, that's what you're looking to pick up, because there is a lot of these books out there. So you don't really want to be investing into a lower grade so much. There's enough high grade books out there that you to choose from. It's just that you will have to shell the money up for it. But I believe that as far as the trailers go, the second movie looks great, and they're introducing new characters. They're getting to X-Force, that kind of stuff. So I believe Deadpool has a good future ahead, right? And he's gonna be basically headlining the next R-rated, basically comedy type, which is really good for our movie going experience. So he's got his genre. He's leading that genre already, and then I believe he just has more to go. So because you got a winning formula, why mess with it? Just keep going. Just you don't need to make a huge budget movie around him. He doesn't need that, but definitely I believe that this issue is just gonna keep gaining ground, regardless of what what the naysayers say about this book, how bad it is, whether I don't know how the art maybe is not that good or the story is not that good. Regardless of which, this issue, since it is such a key issue, will still go up in value, and it's my recommendation that you should if you're a fan of Deadpool, and definitely have one. And make sure you have one. Make sure you have one in a higher grade, as high as you can get it. Definitely around the 8.0 would be good, or maybe even an 8.5 if you can swing it. Definitely, that's my recommendation on this one. Okay, so yeah, because of the popularity, and he's gonna be. I'm almost sure, like the Deadpool 2 movie looks really good. I don't see why, unless they they really screw up the the story, I think they're going to be set to make a Deadpool 3. So watch out for that. Okay, so that's my number 3. Okay, and then for number 4, now, okay, we'll switch it up a little bit. We're gonna go with the Submariner number 1. Now, this is gonna be somewhat of a pure speculation because there's no hints or nothing that says he's gonna be put in any movie. But we do know that DC is coming out with Aquaman this winter. Okay, I believe in December. So if the success, and it looks pretty good, I hope DC does a good job with Aquaman. They did it with Wonder Woman. As long as they, hopefully they do a good job, because I'm pulling for DC as well. The more movies we have that's really good on both sides, we're all gonna be winners. Okay, that's why I'm not strictly Marvel or strictly DC. Oh, and by the way, this set, and I forgot to mention this earlier, this set is all going to be Marvel. I'm going to probably do one of these in DC as well. So I'll probably add that to the title. So even though I didn't say it early on, this is going to be all Marvel. Okay? So with the oncoming of Aquaman, I believe that Marvel and Disney will, I believe he's still, he might be owned by Fox, but since they're, Disney is into acquiring Fox anyways, they could pull him as a, as something to put into a future show. You never know, or movie, right? So somewhere down the line, he might end up showing up, and which is I believe is a good possibility. And this book is already hard enough to find in any decent grade. There's not a lot of them out for sale. There's not a lot of this book being graded. I've kind of looked at the GPA, and for this recommendation, it's kind of similar to the New Mutants 98. You can probably find it in the mid grade, possibly 6.5 to 8.0 around the ish that way. And I would recommend that if you got $150 to $200 range that you want to spend on this book, I think it's worth it, because this book doesn't seem to go down anyways, and it only has a potential, I believe, to go up based on what might happen in the future with Fox and Disney. So definitely this is just pure speculation. It is already a good key book to have, and it's Silver Age. So definitely if you can find this out there, guys, I would recommend picking this up, and it's always a good, any Silver Age key is going to be good to have in your collection anyways. You really can't go wrong with those. Okay, so try out the Mr. Submariner, the Prince Namer. Okay, that is going to be my number 4 spec pick. And then, okay, this one is a kind of a lesson. My number 5 is XMen. Let's see if we, XMen number 266. No, we're just gonna look at the comic. This is a graded book, so it's a 9.4 in case anybody was wondering. But regardless of which, I believe this is a good spec book that is around the $100 to $200 range, and I would recommend specifically now, if you're interested in picking this up, if you feel like, hey, this this is a good thing to try to get, I would try to get this at no less than a 9.4 to 9.6, maybe a 9.2 at the lowest. Guys, you can pick the price of this book dropped a lot with the. I know there was speculation on this. There was something about the movie coming out, and then it got scrapped, and then the value of this thing was rising, and then all of a sudden everybody kind of lost interest. A lot of times people will buy based on the hype. Now, what I would recommend too is to get something like this when the hype is down, because really this is on sale, guys. You can pick this up in a 9.4 to a 9.6 raw or graded. So yeah, you can pick it up graded for under $200. Okay, This is where this book is at right now. Before, there was no way you could pick this up. It was $300-400 for a 9.6, and 9.4s was over $200 all day long. But since the movie deal didn't go through, it is now on sale. But I still believe that there's a chance for Gambit. By the way, this is his first appearance. I still believe that Gambit is a really good character, and when Disney finally picks up Fox and makes that whole thing official, this is with the X-Men. He is going to play some sort of key role in the future when they do it, and they can and Disney can do him correctly and do him right. Okay, and if they do, I think he can become a really good character to watch on screen. So, and all that's going to do for this book is going to drive the price right back up again. So you could wait for for the news to happen, or you can try to get ahead of it and pick it up now while it's you're able to pick it up at a lower price. I mean, regardless of which, it's an X-Men, Uncanny X-Men. It's a key first appearance. Okay, so even if they don't do one for a long time, it's still a good book to have. Anyways, I believe in my opinion, and you might as well try to get as high a grade as you can if you can afford it, right? And right now, what I'm seeing on eBay and out there is you can pick up a 9.4 to a 9.6 in that price range, $100 to $200 range. Definitely, it's doable. Okay. So guys, you guys can definitely pick that up. This is more of one of the ones that you can get in the higher grades. So that's the Uncanny X-Men number 266, first appearance of Gambit. So that's number 5, and then number 6. All right, moving right along to number 6. Now, we're back to low grade again. Okay. Because let's face it, this book has so much potential, and this is Marvel Superheroes number 13. This is the very first appearance of Carol Danvers, and as you know, Carol Danvers is set to will become Miss Marvel. She goes through quite a few changes. Binary, and then of course the last one, the most popular, is Captain Marvel, and she is featured. She's gonna have her own movie, and in Infinity Wars, the very the very last after credit scene is when they show her logo. Okay, she's not Captain Marvel here, but it is Carol Danvers that's gonna be in the upcoming movie. It is her. It's played by Brie Larson. Okay, so that's why this book is definitely a hot key issue. That's why you're not gonna. I wouldn't, in that price range. I'm only recommending a 2.0 to a 4.0 if you want to pick up somewhere around $125 to about $185, $190 range. Okay, that's how hot this book is. But I believe that this still is the time to get this book, even though it is you in that price range. You're only going to get a lower grade book. Okay. By the way, for you guys that are going to be out there that are kind of a high end or high grade only collectors, and you know who you are, right? This is probably not for you then, right? Let's face it. If you can't stand collecting anything that has like creases and so forth, or maybe even a small tear here and there, if you can't stand that, this is not for you, because at the end of the day, you're going to be spending thousands of dollars to get this sucker in anything in the 9s. And this is, and for me, hey, I'm glad to have this book. Okay, so if something, and it's gaining value, so there's still time. So the movie hasn't come out. Now, why I believe that you should take advantage of this, even though it is already hot, okay, because there's way more for this book to go. Why I say that is because of Infinity Wars. I believe that in the next Infinity Wars movie, she's gonna take a major role, and before that, her movie is set to come out. Okay, and I believe they're gonna do I have high hopes for that movie. I believe that there's no reason why they wouldn't do a good job in that movie, and if they do, uh, she should be, she's going to be front and center. I believe in the upcoming Infinity Wars or Avengers number 4. So that's going to play out. So right away, she's going to be in 2 movies. Okay, so what's going to happen to this book? Well, it's just going to keep going up. Okay, so her solo movie, when that comes out, there might be a little lull after, maybe not, depending on how fast the Avengers 4 comes out right after that, because she's going to be a major part of that, like I said. So that's why and who knows what'll happen even after that, because let's face it, the women in the superhero genre is making a good play, and they're doing such a good job. I believe that they're, hey, why not? I like seeing the men as well as the women in as superheroes. I think they're doing great. So I encourage it, and definitely this is going to be one of those. So don't be shy to, just because it's a lower grade, right? You aren't going to get, I believe right now the prices in anything mid grade, like 5.5 up 6 7s. Ooh, it's out of reach, at least for in that price range anyways. So unless you happen to luck into one by accident, that's not the norm. Okay, so definitely go ahead and look for this book, and look for this book to keep climbing. This is going to be one of those very, very important key issues, and that is my number 6 pick. And to carry on, as the number 7. Now, let's talk about Fantastic Four number 45. Okay, this is the first appearance of the Inhumans. This was a huge key. This still is, I believe, in my opinion, a huge key. Now, the thing is, the TV show, the Inhumans, they ruined the crap out of that. Let's face it. I tried to watch it. I was excited for it. I kind of knew from the commercial that they kind of didn't look at any of the leaked photos. They kind of didn't. It looks very low budget, and definitely when it came out, not just the special effects, but the costume, the acting. My God, it was terrible. Let's face it. It stunk the high heaven. That show. I don't even think it's on it. I only watched 2 episodes, and I couldn't bear to keep going. I just it was like nails on a chalkboard for me to just keep watching. I can't stand that bad of a overacting, and it looked really silly, right? But what that meant for this book is it is down in value right now, guys. Okay, and you can when just before the TV show went up, this thing you could $200, $300, $400 definitely, even in low grades, right? Now you can get this thing in a 4.0 to a 6.0 in and around 130 to less than $200, and that's pretty good. If you can grab a 6 or even a 6.5 for under $200 on this book, you got to remember this is a key Fantastic Four issue. This is the very first Inhumans, and it is Silver Age, guys. So if that's the case, it's got longevity. Okay, you can file this away, and hopefully when Disney acquires Fox, and this will be put under their umbrella, they'll have way more chance to add the Fantastic Four, and eventually I believe the Inhumans will be one of the ones that they can add as well, which just makes sense, right? So definitely they'll get another shot at it, and hopefully, and they'll do a way better job than they did before, because they just kind of, I think they were just trying to capitalize on, hey, let's just put any superhero movie will do. We don't even have to have good acting and good story writing. They'll definitely make us money. You know what? We know better, guys. Okay, so we're discerning customers. We know our heroes. We know what we like, and we want them We want high quality, good acting, good special effects, everything. We want our cake, we want to eat it too. Basically how it goes. Okay, so this one is on sale right now, guys. You can it might be even dropping some more, so keep a lookout for that. But definitely you might be I would definitely don't need to go after a low grade copy. You can go for the mid grade copy for that price range. So good luck to you all for that one, and I'm gonna be keeping an eye out for more of these, because you know what, I'll probably stock up to, if I can find some more good deals on this, I'm gonna stock up. All right, so that is, what are we at, number 7, I believe, right? Okay, and then number 8. Okay, Man Called Nova number 1. Richard Rider, first appearance and origin of Nova. Now, he's not officially announced in anything, but there's been teasers, Easter egg drops on the Guardians of the Galaxy, and I believe the onset of Captain Marvel. Everything's starting to happen in space, if you notice. So it's just a matter of time, I believe, that this character, before he makes it onto the big screen. And I'm not the only one, because the price of this book, although it's actually slowly climbing, so it's not, it hasn't gone to an explosion, I believe. Anyways, it used to be really low price, but now it's been, since people are looking for this book, picking it up, it's starting to gain some value. And of course now, okay, as far as grade is concerned, I would probably try to be picking this up in the 9.4 to 9.6, because there's enough out there, of them out there, and you can find in raw grade a 9.4 to 9.6. So go for the high grade, guys, on this one. I would recommend, if you're gonna wanting to spend anywhere between $100 to $200. Okay, so make sure you, especially since it's a dark cover, you got to watch the spine on this. Okay, and along the top, I find that there's a lot of cracking that goes on. So when you're looking at a book, definitely it's something that's going to have a huge color breaking cracks around there, or a lot. Like this one is not a 9.4. This is probably an 8.0, maybe an 8.5 at the best of days. So, but I'm gonna be hunting down for a 1 as well. I know I sold one just recently that was a 9.4 or 9.6 potential, so raw. So yeah, I got couldn't pass it up. The guy gave me a good price, wanted to give me a good price for it. So look out for another one, but definitely gonna hold on to I'm gonna hold on to this book because when the news finally breaks on this is gonna explode. So keep a lookout for this. It's gonna just keep going up until something happens with the movie, with it in a movie. Okay, so, and I believe that Infinity Wars might have something to as an Easter egg. You never know, and if that happens, this book is gonna go crazy. So right now you can still have a chance. If you're willing to fork out over $100, you are still able to get this book in a near mint range. Okay, guys, so keep a lookout for that when you're out doing your hunting. Okay, so we are number 8 with Nova number 1. Okay, sorry for the banging, guys, that's outside. Okay, this is number 9, and it is another Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man number 41. Check this out. Okay, now with Tom Holland doing such a great job as Spider-Man, Spider-Man has one of the most iconic villain out there. Like, he's got a lot, and they're all popular. Okay, but some villains, like let's say the Green Goblin or Dr. Octopus first appearance, you can't touch that in a $100 to $200 range unless you get like a 0.5, and I believe even those are going to be going for more than that. So Mysterio, I believe, is up there as well as Electro. So Rhino's first appearance is one of those ones that you can get in a 5.0, so mid grade and upwards. So about, I would say 7.0 to 7.5, maybe even up to an 8.0, guys. If you're and for that, look to spend about $140 to $190. So really good pricing on this, and since he is highly recognizable and definitely a good character to see on screen. He's going to be, he can be bigger than life, that kind of thing. And having Tom Holland as a he's an excellent Spider-Man. Does a great job. Did a great job in Infinity Wars. I believe that his, don't worry. I mean, I don't know this for sure, but I'm under the camp that he's gonna be one of those ones to come back and survive, and he's gonna have more movies to come as well. With Sony playing ball with Disney, so they're doing a great job. So eventually, he will be able to, I believe that he's gonna come on the scene, and when he does, this book is gonna go right up there with the Green Goblin, and gonna be up there along with Electro and Mysterio and all that kind of stuff. And you're not gonna be able to touch this thing in that range for that price of $100 to $200. But right now, mid grade, definitely nice mid grades you can get out there for 140, like I said, to $190. Definitely go for that. This is amazing key from Spider-Man in a Silver Age. So you cannot beat that, no matter all day long, right? There's nothing you can go wrong with investing in this book, I believe. So guys, keep a lookout for this. And we're getting down to, that is number 9, so we are at the last one. And of course, this is one of my all-time favorite characters. So coming in at number 10 is Silver Surfer. Now, this is Silver Surfer number 1. This is not his first appearance. This is his first solo title. Okay. The first appearance is FF48. Not touching that on $100 to $200 range, unless you're like, you want to get like a 0.5 to a 1.0 or something like that. It's up to you. If you can find one, definitely more power to you. But that one it's skyrocketed, and it's out of the ballpark right now. But this is still in play, guys. Okay, so with this, you can pick this. This is not a cheap book. Okay, so you're not going to be able to get like an 8.0 or 8.5, but you can definitely get one. This is going to be in the lower grade side. Okay, so like this one here, I got, just so you guys, this is a graded copy. This is CGC 5.5, but in the $100 to $200 price range, whether it be graded or raw, I'm pretty sure most likely raw, you're looking at about 2.0 to 4.0. Okay, because this book has rocketed. There's a lot of people speculating that yes, because of Fox going under the Disney umbrella, and of course he is going to be part of that with the Fantastic Four, and of course with the Infinity Wars being, and the Infinity Gauntlet having the story, this is right in his alley. In the, he's the he's a surfer of the spaceway, sentinel of the spaceways, right? So this is in his back alley. It's just a matter of time. He's such a great character. He's definitely one everybody's salivating to see him on the big screen, properly done, up against a proper hero, a proper villain. So, and by that, this book has already gained it. It really doesn't drop down, this book. Okay, it stays up there. But since there's no major announcements, there's nothing yet coming from Disney, from anybody yet, from any studio. When it does, you can forget that even the 2.0. Okay, so you have your chance right now to try to pick this up before it gets too crazy. I believe that this is one of those books that is way underrated still. You can just tell by FF48. Okay, that one is already way out of reach. But now, even if they don't do a good movie right now, you can't go wrong with having this book. It's a great story to read anyways. If you have, if you can read it, definitely take advantage of that. And this is my number 10. Okay, so the Silver Surfer number 1, Norad Rand, or is it, what is it? Norad Rad. Anyways, I can't remember his name properly. Norad Rad, right? That's gonna bug me now. But anyways, so that's my top 10. But I do have one other one. Okay, I have to kind of bring in a more of a honorable mention. Okay, and it is going to be in that price range, but I believe this one needs to be shown, and it is the Uncanny XMen number 129. Now, why I have this up here, this is basically a Hail Mary. Okay, if you of course, X-Men is already this is the first appearance of Kitty Pryde, first appearance of Emma Frost, Sebastian Shaw, and I believe the not the Brotherhood, but the Hellfire Club, I believe, is the first here. So this book has a ton of first appearances. Okay, when you have this many first appearances, you really can't go wrong, because when Disney finally gets Fox and they do the X-Men properly, and they're gonna throw, I guarantee they're gonna have to add one of those characters back in there, and they're gonna end up doing them right. Okay, so this one definitely has a good potential, and people are starting to see the potential of this book, and it's starting to climb. It already is at a high grade, but you can still get this in about an 8.5 to 9.4, so that's near mint for under 200. So about 120 to 180 dollars is what I'm seeing, out in the marketplace today. So that's why I would consider this. You really can't go wrong with this book. I would just if it was for me, I would just pick this book up and just set it and forget it. Just put it away, because this is basically, it's a Hail Mary throw. You're not gonna, at some point it's gonna get a hit, because this book, I believe, has so much going for it, with the White Queen, with Emma Frost, right? Kitty Pryde, I believe she's a very likable young girl character that can be definitely put on the big screen, and that will relate to a lot of people. So definitely has a lot of potential going for it. So keep a lookout for this, guys. Okay, so that is my top 10 plus of my top 10 speculation comic books, around mid. So mid-priced, $100 to $200 range, guys. I hope you like it. I also want to give a big shout outs and thanks to my new subscribers, and you should start seeing their names come up. If you want to have your name as well on my future videos, like always, all I ask is, hey, just subscribe, and I'll eventually get to you. Okay, and if you like this as well, go ahead and hit the like button, and love hearing all the comments from you guys. Your stories, your opinions, your thoughts. So keep them coming. I make sure I tried to answer all of them in as quick as I can when I get around to getting on my computer. So definitely thank you for a lot of the kind words, especially, guys. I really thank you very much for that, as well as to all my new subscribers. Thank you for taking the time to subscribe to my channel. Okay, so that's it for this video, and I'll maybe the next one will be higher end. I don't really have a ton of high end comics, but we'll see what we can come up with for that one. But meanwhile, guys, while you're speculating on all your comic books and trying to figure out which ones might be going up in value, which ones you want to hold on to, which ones you want to flip, make sure you just enjoy the hunt. All right, guys, I will see you on the flip side. Check you out later. Bye-bye.